Hello and welcome. Today, we are diving into a feeling that every single one of us knows, maybe a little too well, and that's fear. But what if I told you that every single fear you have, whether it's public speaking or something much deeper, actually comes from one single, incredibly simple source? Well, stick with me, because we are about to reveal what that source is, and, more importantly, how to handle it.
So let's just start with a question for you. What keeps you up at night? Seriously, is it a deadline, maybe a conversation you're dreading, or just a general worry about the future? We've all got something that creates that knot in our stomach. And a group of people were asked this very same question, and what they said was pretty eye-opening.
Just look at this list. These are real answers from real people. We've got huge things like changing a career after 14 years, and things that feel just as huge, like asking someone on a date. It really shows you how personal and, well, how different our fears look on the outside. But then, as all these people started sharing their stories out loud, something really cool happened. The tension in the room just melted away. And why? Because they all had this light bulb moment. Everyone is afraid of something. You are not the only one. And realizing you're not alone in feeling this way, that's the first step. So let's start breaking down what's really going on beneath the surface.
All right, so how do we start to make sense of all these different fears? Well, the framework we're looking at today suggests that every fear, no matter how unique it feels, can actually be broken down into three basic levels.
So think of it like an onion. We're going to start at that outer layer, the surface story, and then we're going to peel it back, one layer at a time, until we get to the absolute heart of the matter. Okay, so level one, this is the surface story. These are the concrete, situational fears. You can kind of split them into two buckets. On one side, you have fears about things that just happen to us, like getting sick or getting older. And on the other side, you've got fears that require us to actually do something, like speak in public or end a relationship. These are the fears we're usually comfortable talking about. But what's really driving them?
And that brings us to level 2, where we dive a little deeper. This is where things get really interesting, because we're not talking about external situations anymore. We're talking about our own internal state of mind. Yep, these are the level 2 fears, and they're all tied to our ego, our sense of who we are. I mean, think about it. The fear of public speaking, it's not really about the words, right? It's about the fear of failure or the fear of disapproval. That fear of asking someone out, it's really a fear of rejection. And that's why these ego fears are so powerful. They can cast a shadow over so many different areas of our lives. Okay, so we've gone from the situation to the ego. But what's under all of that? Now we get to the core. We're about to hit the single source that fuels every single fear we could ever have. So, if you dig past all the specific situations, past all the worries about your ego, about failure, about rejection, what's left? There is one single unifying fear that holds everything else up. And there it is. That's the big secret. The biggest fear we all have isn't about what might happen to us. It's the simple, gut-level belief that we just won't be able to handle it. This changes everything, doesn't it? As the quote says, at the very bottom of all your fears is just the fear that you can't handle whatever life might throw at you. It's not about the storm outside. It's about whether you believe you can captain your own ship through it. And look at how this works in practice. You can take any fear from level 1 or 2 and just translate it. The fear of illness, that's really, I can't handle being ill. The fear of failure, I can't handle failing. They're all just different masks for the exact same core belief. This is actually amazing news. Because if the root of all our fear is just an internal belief, that means the solution is also 100% within our control. We don't have to change the world out there. We just have to change our mindset in here. So ask yourself this, and really let it sink in. If you knew with absolute certainty that you could handle anything at all that life threw at you, what would you actually have to be afraid of?
The answer is nothing. Zero. You'd have nothing left to fear. Because if you truly believe you can handle it, the threat loses all its power over you. That confidence is the ultimate antidote.
And that right there is the key takeaway. Stop trying to control everything and everyone around you. It's impossible, and frankly, it's exhausting. The real work, the only work that truly matters, is building up that trust in yourself. But building that self-trust isn't always easy, especially when, we've kind of been conditioned our whole lives to doubt ourselves. Think about a phrase like, be careful. It sounds so loving, right? But it sends a powerful hidden message.
First, that the world is a dangerous place, and second, that you're probably not equipped to handle it. So how do we start to rewrite that old script that's been playing in our heads? Well, this brings us to a simple, actionable tool you can start using literally today.
And here's the thing, you don't need to spend years in analysis figuring out why you have these fears. The cause just doesn't matter as much as the cure. The only thing that matters is that you start right now, from wherever you are, to consciously build up that trust in yourself.
This right here, this is the goal. This is your new mantra. The aim is to build so much genuine self-confidence that this statement stops being just words you say and it becomes your actual lived reality.
And to get there, it all comes down to these 3 simple words. The next time you feel that fear creeping in, about a meeting, a difficult conversation, whatever it is, just tell yourself, I'll handle it. Say it over and over until you feel it, because once you truly know you can handle anything, what's really left to be afraid of?